And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OC on the break as we have returned with the final series of the qualifier with our final qualifying match. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the German Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Lambo. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Polish Terran player, the blue Terran. It is Spirit. Here we go. We are back with the final match of the night. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into this best of three. Honestly, I feel like this is going to be a very close one. Gib ace match. That's all I want. All I want is a game 3. I'm hoping for a back and forth, but here we go. Regardless, we will dive in and it's up to our players. Spirit going for the CC first. Let's go. The tried and true Spirit opener here. Spirit, he does this more often than any other player. Going CC first in TVZ can be a risky maneuver, especially against a roach rush specifically, but on a longer rush distance map like Amygdala, it is relatively safe to do so. Relatively. And Lambo is going hatch gas pool. Standard opener out of Lambo, slightly greedier build here by Spirit. Is going to be greedier. The downside, of course, is delayed racks, delayed factory, delayed scout as well. So Spirit is going to be in the dark because of what's going on, but again, Lambo is playing normal, playing standard, so it's okay. Spirit will and should get away with it as we can settle into our longer game state. Let's go. Let's go. Again, to get here as well, Lambo took down a big game in a best of 3. Spirit took down a laser in a best of 3, so both players are warmed up for this matchup. They're raring to go. Again, I do feel like they are quite similar in skill. When I think of the best Terran players in Europe, I think Clem, and then just behind Clem, I think of Gabe and Spirit, and they're quite interchangeable. Depending on the day, depending on the form, either Spirit is top 2, either Gabe is top 2. Regardless, they are top 3 in general, the two of them alongside Clem. Likewise, Lambo, he's definitely up there as well. Just behind Rainer and Cyril is where I place Lambo and a laser. Likewise, also interchangeable as well when it comes to who is a little bit more informed at the time. So we have some of the best Zergs and some of the best Terrans in all of Europe here facing off. Roach Rush. Lambo, he sees the timing of the CC, he confirms that it is a CC first, and how does he respond? Roach Rush. This does make a lot of sense. I did just mention the downside of going for this kind of build from the side of Spirit is that your production is delayed more so than usual. Your tech is delayed as well, so Lambo is going to try and abuse that. Now, I imagine this is just going to be a roach move out and not a commitment into roaches like we saw, similar to what we saw previously. I'm expecting like 6, maybe 6 to 9 roaches at most, moving out across the map, applying pressure, killing SCVs, and giving Lambo a lead. And here we go. We have 7 roaches rallying across the map. Going to be 7 roaches. And behind this, we'll see if Lambo makes drones or more lings. We shall see how committed Lambo is going to be. As 7 roaches are moving out, Overlord is about to complete. And yeah, he's droning. Yeah, as we assumed. So Lambo is going for a 7 roach move out, and he's droning up behind this. So again, he's not all in, but he is committed. You know, this needs to get damage done. This needs to trade well and make it worth Lambo's while. Here we go. Does move out. Back at him, what is it to defend? There's 2 Hellions. 2 Hellions, the first Banshee did just begin, so still a ways away from completing. Third and fourth Hellion will arrive, but Hellions, they do struggle against heavy Roach armies. Speaking of, here they come. As Roaches, they waddle on forward. They force back the Hellions. The boys are being pulled away. They have to evacuate the natural. And they'll be saved. Nice moves, quick moves here out of Spirit. We'll lose the Mules. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Mules do go down. Depot as well. 2 SCV kills. Attempting to bust into the main. Banshee is almost done. Wait a minute, Zubaro. Zubaro in time. Shot's going to be going off on the roaches. Big connections. Banshee makes it, and Spirit will hold. But the question becomes, how many SCV kills? How many SCVs? That is a 3cc build here by Spirit. 4 SCV kills so far. That's not good enough. Trading with the Hellions. Does take down 3 Hellions, going for the final Hellion. Oh, doesn't quite get it. Final Hellion lives. Spirit holds only 4 SCV kills, and he's already back to mining here at the natural base. Very strong defense here from Spirit, and he's in a very comfortable position. To be honest, Spirit, he's taking it. Oh, God. He's getting his third TC. He has triple SV production, triple meal production. Currently, Lambo, he is up 6 workers, but that will soon change. Spirit, he can recover, plus mules, better economy. Spirit, he's looking good, looking strong. Lambo was hoping for some more damage. Remember, that was 7 roaches for only 4 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. Is droning up as hard as he can, taking into a lair. No link speed, bear that in mind. There's no link speed. There's currently no roach speed either. We'll see what Spirit does go for when it comes to his eventual move out. But now, chilling back at home. Just being more defensive, saturating his bases, double E-base on the way here for double upgrades into our 3-1-1 setup, into bio. The Banshees do move out. Moving in between the bases, they catch out some lings. They get 1, they get 2 drones. 2 drones going down. But just 2 workers as they rotate over towards the third Hailers. They get it all! They do get into the middle line and drones are getting roasted. That's going to be 6, it's going to be 8 workers going down. We're not done. Even more to the Banshees. Getting up to 10, getting up to 11. 11 drone kills. Hellions, they will be cleaned up, but I mean, they don't scale well into the mid game anyway, and that's going to be 11 worker kills in total. Very nice damage here by Spirit. And again, he does find himself with that economic advantage. Hunting down Overlords, containing the Zerg player. And he's building up. Ooh, getting up to 6 Raxes even. Sorry, 7. 7 Raxes here. 7 Rax setup here on 3 bases. Spirits, will he take his gases? Okay. We'll take 1 gas at the third. If he didn't take his gases, I would assume he'd throw down another Rax and just go for a 3 base all in and just go for an 8 Rax. But with his extra gas being taken, that means he can afford a second factory, and he's most likely working towards a 3rd CC. Sorry, a 4th CC is what I would say. So my eyes are on. No, sorry, that is an 8 Rax setup. Okay, yeah, my attention. He is going up to 8 Rax, is only taking 1 gas. I do not see a 4 CC, which means Spirit, he might just go for the kill here. Oh boy, it's gonna hit like a truck. It's gonna hit quite hard. Banshees, they get 2 more drones. Vikings looking for another Overlord as well. Are still looking. Spirit, he's waiting for his 1-1 upgrades. He can start up 2-2 behind this. No add-ons. Yeah, A-Rax. A-Rax 3-base all-in. Spirit, he is committed. He's going for a big 3-base all-in here. I do apologize for thinking it was 7 Raxes earlier. I just miscounted. I did miss the 8th Rax. So it's all or nothing for Spirit. And he has a lot of momentum. Ooh, and he can actually take the goal behind this as well. Knocking down the rock so he can take the gold. But he will soon move out. And Lambo, he's been busy resaturating. He's up to 81 workers. Bailing speed just now finishing up. Lambo heavily supply blocks. 9 Overlords on the way. Oh my god, a laser. What's going on? 9 Overlords in production. Here comes the army. That was a heavy supply block for Lambo. Now was not the time. And here comes the army for Spirit. Now he's only got 2 tanks with this so far. And they are sieged up quite far back. So Lambo, he should be able to hold on. He should be okay here. He can hold. It's okay. Ultra Caverns on the way, alongside Vipers. Spirit slowly gaining ground, pushing through creep. Still making 12 Marines at a time. Again, remember, he's 8-Raxing. And he's pushing in. Knocking down those rocks meant that he can transition out of this, but for now, he is 3-base all in. He's committed. And he's looking to overwhelm. So far, so good. He breaks through the roaches. 1 tank falls, but the roaches, they melt. And it looks like Spirit, he's done it. He has done it. He has broken the back of Lambo. Slowlings are waddling in. They do nothing. And GG gets called. Spirit, he will break through. He will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. A very strong 8 Rax there from Spirit. Again, because Spirit did so much economic damage early on, because Lambo was behind. Remember, Lambo, the initial roach aggression wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it, so he fell behind there. Then he fell further behind with the Hellion counterattack at the 3rd base, which means Spirit, he was primed for the 3-base all-in. He was primed to just go for the kill. He wasn't thinking further ahead. He wasn't taking up into a 4th base of extra extra tech, extra Ghost Academy, for example, or factories. None of that. Just straight for the kill instead. GG. Also didn't help that Lambo got supply blocked. I mean, that didn't help either. True. The supply block was also brutal. Everything going south there for Lambo, and now Spirit, he is one game away from qualifying for Americas Coliseum. One more game is all he needs. We'll see if Lambo can bounce back. As I said at the start of the series, all I want is the ace match. Regardless of how this goes, whether it goes the way of Spirit or Lambo, I would love to see a game 3, but the pressure is on. The pressure is now on Lambo. We'll see. We'll see if he can recover. Here we go. As we are finding ourselves on Ultra Love. Let's go. Ultra Love, of course, is a very defendable map, more so than Amygdala. Amygdala, the bases are exposed, the bases are wide open. Here on Ultra Love, the bases are more secure, but the rush distance by ground is shorter. That's kind of the balancing act here. Typically, when it comes to more modern maps, is if a map is larger, bases are more exposed. If a map is smaller, oh, sorry, I should say the opposite. If the maps are larger, the bases are more defendable. Maps are smaller, then, bases more exposed. The other way around. Yeah, it's getting late here, Pappy. It's getting late. But here we go. We're getting into Game 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our German Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Shopify Rebellion, down in the series. We'll see if he can recover and bounce back. It is Lambo. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Polish Terran player. Oh, he's red. They changed colors. Now they're red Terran. It is Spirit. Leading the series 1-0. Onomas. One more game is all he needs. Oh boy. As for now, Lambo, he is going for a 15 hatchery into, I believe, gas pool. Oh. Never mind. Going pool first. Pool before gas, I mean. He's setting up. There we go. So hatch, gas pool, standard opener here out of Lambo, outside of the initial extractor trick, is going to be a standard start. Meanwhile, this time, Spirit does mix it up here. Remember, last game, Spirit went for a CC first. This time, Rax first. Makes sense. The rush distance by ground is shorter on Ultra Love compared to Amygdala, so you are a little bit more vulnerable early on. So let Spirit playing it safe. Rax into expansion. The rush distance might be shorter, but again, the bases are more defendable. That's what I was getting at earlier. So I did confuse myself with what the hell I was saying. I was like, it's all good. Yeah, the bases are going to be much more defendable compared to Amygdala. And because of that, Spirit might take a different approach. He might just take a more macro-oriented approach instead. But again, winding it back to that previous game, I'm pretty sure a big reason as to why Spirit went for the 3-base all-in was because of the damage that was dealt early on. Because he was ahead, because he had a lead, he just kind of pressed on that advantage and extended it and used it to snowball into a win there. If Lambo has a cleaner early game, I doubt that's going to happen. As Spirit is in position to delay the third, will force out the gas geyser. But so far, Lambo is holding his own. Keeping up. His third base is going to be delayed though, as there's a second extractor trick. And Lambo is forced to take the linear third base instead. Now, because of this, if he did want to go for a Roach aggression and a Roach all-in at some point, then the creep is going to be a little bit lackluster. Usually, you would take this third base to spread creep faster across the map. That will no longer happen here. Ooh, as the gas geyser is forced to morph in, and that is a brutal loss early on for Lambo. Meanwhile, Lynx get across the map. Oh, they sip into the main. Sip into the main. They get a full scout. It is going to be 3 CC for Spirit. The Marine does survive. Nice control. Saves the Marine. Saves the SCVs. But it is going to be 3 CC into Banshee. And once again, now that Lambo has confirmed the more economic start, Lambo, he responds with a fast Roach Warren. Roach Warren has been placed. Checking the vision here of Spirit. He has not scouted the tech yet. But Lambo has been opening up Roaches every game. True. At least game 1 of this series, and even previously against Hero Marine as well. Against Big Gabe also playing Roach. Again, Roach openers have become a lot more trendy, have become a lot more... that's what I'm looking for. It's been more enticing to open up Roach here in the current meta. especially with the new patch. For those that are curious, queens are more expensive now. And in general, that means that queen counts are going to be lower early on. So a big reason to, or a big way to counteract that, at least by Zerg players here, is to get into roaches. Roaches are just a very safe way to play. So what you lack in queens, you can make up for it with roaches. It's a lot more larva efficient compared to Ling Bane, which is a lot more larva heavy. And early on, you don't really have that much larva to work with. So to the dismay of a lot of people, roach openers are becoming more and more meta over time. Less so Ling Bane. As Hellions, they go for the dive. Oh, they do get choked up though. They break their way to the mineral line. A drone's getting pulled, and oh god, 4 workers go down. So far, acceptable losses here for Lambo. As he does wall off. Gets a 5th drone. Gets up to 6. Oh, this is slowly adding up, getting up to 7. Can he get 8? Can we get up to even more? 8 drone kills, 9 workers go down, 10 drone kills for 4 Hellions. A strong start for Spirit. He, of course, scouts the Roach Warren. He's aware of the roaches, and back at home, he is preparing, walling up his natural with those E-bays, getting to his Banshees, of course. The first Banshee's already out in the attack path. Spirit, he's safe and sound. He's safe, he's sound. He can now take his 3rd base. He's landing it on location. So a very strong start for Spirit. The downside for Lambo, again, when you open a roach like this, that should not be happening, right? Like, your roaches need to be in position. You need to be able to wall off. And if you're losing drones here, then what was the reason for even opening roach? So it's a really rough start for Lambo. He has to recover. He is behind economically. He's droning as quickly as possible, as hard as he can, and should soon be taking a 4th. Now, as Lambo is re-droning, Banshees move out. Banshees, they move out across the map, making their way towards the main. They will even delay the 4th. Picks up a worker. Headed towards the natural, going for the queen. Catching, transferring workers. Oh, getting the gas mining workers even. So far, 4 drones. Good damage. Getting almost a 5th. Getting 5, getting 6, getting the 7. 7 more drones. That is 17 workers going down. Remember, that was 10 drones earlier to the Hellions, and now 7 to 2 Banshees. And the Banshees survive. Do survive. Lambo is in a bit of trouble here. So hatchery's under fire. Spirit, he wants the hatchery. Oh, he won't quite get it. Has to pull away. Saves the Banshees. Pulls back at home. 3rd base getting fully operational. 1-1 upgrades on the way. He's on a 5-rack setup. And he has taken an extra gas geyser here at the 3rd. And similarly to last game, we are looking for any signs of tech or any signs of aggression. If Spirit throws down 3 more maxes, we know he's going for a 3-base all-in. If he takes a gas and a factory, then we know he's taking up into a 4th, into a macro game. What's it going to be? Where do we go from here? As Lambo is still attempting to resaturate, you can see Lambo's still behind in the economy. There it is, 4 CC on location. Spirit, he is not going for the kill. He's building up towards a longer game, which means a drop play. He's keeping his tanks back at home. He's moving out with his drops. Clears up a lot of tumors, gets an Overlord. And he's being more defensive with the rest of his army, getting a 2nd Overlord even. Nicely done. Gets a 2nd Overlord. Takes control of the Zelnaga. Fun fact, you have to knock down those rocks to gain access without Medivacs or Dropper Lords. So the Marine gets unloaded. Hive is on the way for Lambo. Tech-wise, he's doing quite well for himself, taking up into a Hive and now getting his 4 saturated. His drone count is still lackluster, though. He's still stuck on 69. Nice drones. So that's a drone up. Spirit catches an Overseer. Going for the Queens. We'll take down some roaches. Forcing out a transfuse. Roaches, they hold their own. +2 range on the way. That tells us that Lambo, he's not going into Ling Bane as a follow-up. He's going Roach Ravager into Hydra Lurker Viper. As the Hydra Den is now done, and here comes that Lurker Den. So a bit of an older school style here. Going Roach, Rav into Hydra Lurker Viper. We'll see if he can get there. As Spirit is going to be the first to move out. Lambo is maxed, but the soup does lie. As Lambo, he's maxed on Roach Ravager. Trying to collapse in, coming in from behind. Files, they connect. They take down, none of the tanks. But Marines, they're melting. And the Roach Ravager holds. Does hold on. And Spirit, he committed quite hard with those Marines. Lost so much of his bio, lost all the tanks. Again, the surround, the flank really did catch him off guard. And Lambo is holding on, and now he's taking. Now he's embracing Vipers, Hydras, Lurker Den is almost done. Lurker upgrades soon on the horizon now that the Hive is done as well. Lambo looking good. I mean, that fight was very much so in his favor. It was a good fight for Lambo. And Spirit, he has to back up, he has to recover, which means Lambo has map control. He has map control. What does that mean? That means he's comfortable. He can be comfortable, he can spread creep. We do see Spirit attempting to be active. Likewise, trying to deny as much creep as possible. Stims in, nothing to kill. Oh. Does pick up the tumors. Picks up a couple of tumors. Lurker upgrades on the way. And without a good ghost count, and without any support behind it, I'm referring to tanks, I'm referring to liberators as well. I mean, these lurkers, they can pop off. As lurkers, they're already morphing in. So Lambo, he has a window where he can make use of these lurkers. Does have a window. Spirit, he spots the army, knocks down the rocks. Oh, doesn't quite get the Hydra. Rocks are being knocked down. Viper's coming in with the yoinks. Gets one. One tank goes down. Gets two. Gets three. Very nice pickups. Catches three tanks. One Viper gets sniped. The damage was done. At the same time, Spirit going for a split push. Triple drop towards the left-hand side. Oh, the Queens! No! Queens get caught out. One. Two Queens fall. Banshee survives. And we have that drop sneaking in, coming in from behind, going for that fourth. So we're going for the fifth even. And fifth base is under fire. Lambo, he attempts to respond, but he doesn't have the quickest army. Base goes down. Nice pickup here from Spirit. Keeping Lambo on 4 bases. Roaches, oh my god. Takes a massive tank shot. Oh no! The mispathing! Oh, and Lambo, he will bleed out extra roaches. Now, roaches, he wants to get rid of them anyway, but not like this. Not inefficiently. As he's making room for more lurkers instead. Speaking of lurkers, one lurker is going to be going down. Gets a tank. At least he trades. Likewise, shows the vials. Not quite. Spirit pulls away. Another lurker goes down. Because we did have some attempted harass here by Lambo, but Spirit was ready for it. Now, what's most concerning to me here is that Spirit, he's on 5 bases. And Lambo's on 4. Like, Lambo, he's down a base. He's still down in economy. He has been down for quite some time. Lambo going for a roach counterattack. Again, he wants to get rid of those roaches. Main army pushes in. Spirit's in a bit of an awkward position. We'll lose a tank. Ooh, was that a kill? Yeah, that was a kill, not a cancel on the CC. At the same time, he does come into the drop, and he's going for the expansion once again, killing the 5th. Ay, ay, ay. Kills the 5th base. Roaches are coming from behind. That's going to be 14, 15 drones going down. Lambo's economy is being crippled. And Spirit, he wants more than just 1 base. He gets a 5th, and now he's going for the 4th. I guess technically the 3rd. And it goes down as well. He's just pulling Lambo apart. Ay, ay, ay. And how can Lambo push into this? How many ghosts is that? 14! Jeez. 14 ghosts. Where's the ghost copy pasta? As Lambo, he cannot touch this army. Not with Roach Hydra. Not with Roach Hydra Lurker, I should emphasize. Link speed is done. We have +1 melee on the way. Link reinforcements are coming, but ay. Lambo having a hard time keeping up. Lambo does come out with a ninja base here on the bottom right, but Spirit, he's rotating and he will soon find it. The Lurkers get caught out. Snipes going up. Ooh, he gets all four. He gets all four Lurkers. Not a single ghost falls. And he can just keep pushing. He does spot the expansion. He wants it. And Lambo is going for a base trade. I guess the only thing he can do is just going for a massive counter attack, going right down mid. Will take down the third. This CC should fall. And Spirit, he's racing back home. Snipes are coming in. Oof. Remember, it's the 14 ghosts, Pappy. They're coming. They pop up. They shut down 4 or 5 of those Lurkers already. Yeah, the snipes are insane. Lambo's army is being thinned out. Snipes continue. Spirit, he stayed across the map with his Marauders. Kills another expansion. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop, man. Ooh, as he does move command forward, he will bleed out the harassing army. You know, we see Lambo trying to gain ground, takes down one of the factories. Scans ahead of time. He's going for the Lurkers. We'll take down 3 of them. 3 Lurkers do fall. There's 4 Lurkers left. They're barely standing. Likewise, though, the ghosts, they're running out of HP. They're getting low. Ghosts are getting low. We do have the flank coming in, though. Yeah, and these are losses that Lambo just can't afford. The freedom is here. Liberation zone is being set up. Lambo has to get the hell out of here. Pulls away. And Spirit holds. And Spirit, he has, what, a 20 worker lead. He has fresh mining bases. He has a planetary on the right-hand side. His economy is looking solid, and Lambo less so. He's down to how many Lurkers? 6. Soon to be 10. 10 Lurkers, not bad. He has 2 Vipers. He has potential. But the problem here is that Lambo has no bank. He has no economy. He has no bank. Like, Lambo, he will be outscaled as the game goes on. So he needs to go for a decisive attack soon. As Lurker is coming in, we have the snipes. So we had 10 Lurkers, down to 7. 4 more now morphing in. Back up to soon to be 10. Lurkers, they rotate. Spirit out of position. This base under fire. Nice moves here from Lambo. Spirit wasn't ready. The expansion and the mineral line is going to be going down. Ghosts, they're coming in. Mass snipes going up. Jesus. We'll lose the mineral line. But can Lambo get out of here? That's my concern. As we do yoink in, snipes going to be popping up. Ghosts are bunching up though. Oh my god. Yeah, they do bunch up. Nice damage on the ghosts. The armies do trade. But in the end, these are still brutal losses, and it's lost. Lambo can't afford this. We'll lose everything. We'll lose the entire army. 2 Vipers, they escape. That's all that survives. But he did kill the mineral line. And Spirit, he's now down to 46 SCVs. The worker count is now lackluster. But the army, I mean, look, this is where the supply doesn't lie. How many ghosts is that? 17! 17 ghosts, man. Snipe's going to be going up, and Lambo, he just can't fight this. GG gets called, and Spirit, he will take the series 2-0, qualifying for Masters Coliseum 8. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Spirit. He will claim the series. I was hoping for an ace match. I was hoping for an extended series and a back and forth. And again, Lambo had his moments. He had his moments both in game 1 and in game 2. But what's important about both Game 1 and Game 2 is that Spirit was able to take economic advantages. He was able to get into mineral lines, able to roast up drones early on, give himself a comfortable advantage, and from there, get into a longer game state. Of course, Game 1, he did go for a 3-base all-in. Here in Game 2, did go for kind of a longer outlook in game number 2, setting up for a 4th expansion, a 5th base, just a greater economy, and just outscaling Lambo over time. Did quite well for himself. GG well played. Lambo, unfortunately, he was stuck with a subpar army. If you remember, he was stuck with like mainly roach based composition for a very long time. He was trying to get out of roaches into Lingbane Hydra Lurker Viper. That was his end goal that he was trying to work towards. He was getting there, but he kind of got through in a bit of a rough way. Didn't help that he did lose again a lot of his economy early on, and he was trying to recover. Likewise, when he tried to throw away his roaches, they weren't the most efficient trades either, so it was just a rough transition towards a more ideal army, and Spirit just pulled him apart. If you recall, it all popped off when he killed the 5th base and the 4th base at the same time. I guess, sorry, it was the 5th base and the 3rd base at the same time. And then he just didn't stop, just did not stop. GG, well played. Very impressive performance there out of Spirit as he does qualify for the main event. And now we can just go over the matches themselves. Let's go. Let us go. Just need one moment here to set up the bracket. Here we go. Okay, from the top. From the top we had there's a lot to go over. From the top, we had our PvPs. We had our PvPs popping off here, and we had some crazy upsets. If you weren't here for it, I mean, we didn't cover this half of the qualifier, but Mana popped off. Mana, he took down Cristiano, he took down Showtime, 2 very strong European Protoss players, and he even went to the ace match against Estrella. Went to the ace match, but he wasn't quite able to get the win overall. But still, just Mana really showing that his PvP is some of the best. You know, he can go toe to toe with the best Protoss players in Europe with his PvP. So very impressive stuff there by Mana. Meanwhile, Estrella did work his way through Nickrat, through Skillus, and through Mana at the end of the night. Estrella was the first player to qualify through into the main event here tonight, and the second player, of course, as we scroll down, was our Terran player. As here Marine took down Harstam, did fall to Lambo though in a very close best of 3. Looked very intense between Lambo and Hero Marine and Big Gabe. Likewise, Spirit took down Young Yakov, Alazer, and Lambo. Amongst all 3, I mean, purely TVZs actually. Spirit, the Zerg Slayer, takes down Lambo, Alazer, and Young Yakov. Shout to Young Yakov as he was the only player to make Spirit bleed, the only player to take a map. So impressive stuff there by Young Yakov. Again, there's been a lot of hype around him. He has been looking quite powerful as of recent times. He's been getting better and better results. So I do wish to see more of him in the future. But congratulations to Spirit in the end for claiming the entire lower half of the bracket and qualifying for the main event. There we go. And with that, I believe we have our qualified players, and we have some updates. Here we go. As we switch the scenes over, or I should say, as we slide on in the Wikipedia page. We do have our Wikipedia here, and from the top, we have our invite. Just to quickly remind you what we're all playing for here, Americas Coliseum is a major event. You can see here, first place is 6,000 USD, second place is 3K, then we have 1.5, 1.1K as well for fourth place, and so on. It's a big, major event, a big online event as well. The best of the best players are going to be a part of this. As you can see here, invited the top 2 Protosses in the world. We have Hero and Max Packs, top 2 Protosses in the entirety of StarCraft have been invited. From the Terran side, we have Clem, the reigning world champion, alongside Maru, the best Terran in Korea, and Oliveira as well, who's also, you know, the previous world champion before Clem, and a very strong player in his own right, of course. From the side of Zerg, we have Raynor, Cyril, and Shin. Of course, Cyril and Raynor, the top 2 European Zerg players. Shin, to me, was an interesting one that it wasn't Dark. I would rate Dark as the best Zerg player in Korea. I'm curious if Dark turned it down. I don't know when Dark's... I mean, I feel like for like 2 years at this point, we've all been theorizing, is Dark going to the military? Is he? It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm curious if Dark is going to the military. I'm curious if he will play in the qualifier. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Dark, as Shin was invited instead. I mean, Shin is still a very strong player himself. Shin has been getting some really good results recently as well, so Shin deserving to be there as well. We've seen Shin take down Clem recently. We've seen him take down Max Pax recently as well. Shin has, especially in most recent months, has proven himself to be one of the best players in the world. And now we have our qualified players. For the Asia qualifier, we had Lancer, the Chinese Protoss player. From the European qualifier, European/Americas qualifier, we have a European and American player qualifying. Very fitting, very fitting. We had Estrella and Spirit, and we have 2 qualifiers left. Tomorrow is the Korean qualifier. That's going to be Saturday night. Sunday is the global qualifier. As I mentioned, your favorite players that didn't make it here tonight, that did not qualify, players like Harstham, players like Skillus, Showtime, Big Gabe, Lambo, Laser, Young Jakob, they all have another chance in the global qualifier. The downside, though, as you can imagine, is that the global qualifier also includes players from Korea, players from the rest of Asia as well. So it will be a much more difficult qualifier here, depending on the quality of player, of course, as we do have 3 players making it through the Korean qualifier. We'll find out tomorrow. And there's going to be some strong contenders there. There's going to be players like Björn, Cure, Classic, Trap, Rogue, Zaun, alongside maybe even Dark as well, Solar. Again, I'm curious if Dark is going to compete here. Very curious if that is going to be the case. But Dark, Solar, and many, many others. So Korean competition is going to be very intense, and it's going to be a great time tomorrow. Ryang, of course, and many others. So yeah, we're going to be covering that tomorrow in less than 24 hours. That is going to be here live on the CranKy Ducklings. Now, something that I did mention before is that tomorrow we currently have 3 tournaments slated to cast. Currently, we have KSL alongside the Korean qualifier here for Massive Coliseum, as well as Cheesadelphia. And altogether, I think that's going to be like 16 hours worth of casting. And I mean, we've done that before. I'm more than willing to, but I do want to make sure that I'm at my best for Cheesadelphia. Like Cheesadelphia, for those who don't know, that is a big offline event happening in America, and I want to make sure I'm energetic for that. So as much as I'm totally up for casting 16 hours, I'm probably going to go for a replay cast for KSL. I probably won't cast KSL. I'll get replays instead, and then I'll do like a catch-up KSL cast on Monday. That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking like, because you know, I want to do my best for Cheesadelphia. You know, I especially because it's a LAN event. You know, I want to be able to be at 100% or as near as 100% as I can. So I think the plan is to force myself to sleep as much as possible. I haven't slept for 8 hours in a long time. Like, so I think the plan is to get some sleep, to get some rest, and to adjust my sleep schedule as well. Because fun fact, for those that are curious, it is almost 3 a.m. in the morning here. It's 2:41 a.m. in the morning in Australia, and Cheesadelphia is in 24 hours, and I'm already getting tired. So I actually need to force myself to stay awake right now, and then sleep in a couple of hours to like adjust to Cheesadelphia, because it's in 24 hours time, and I'm gonna be dead. Like if I'm on my current sleep schedule, so I'm gonna try to force myself to stay awake for like maybe like 5 or 6 hours, maybe like 5 or 6 hours. I'll try to force myself to stay awake, and then I'll try to sleep all day. I'll try to sleep through KSL, I'll force myself to, and then again we'll catch up on KSL on Monday. I will do a replay cast instead. And we should be here for the Korean qualifier. Now, important that I just mentioned as well that right now we're 4 hours into the cast, and the Korean qualifier is going to be at the same start time, and Cheesadelphia starts in 24 hours, right? Like at this time. If the Korean qualifier for Massive Coliseum goes long, if it's a long qualifier, and if it's still going like at this moment tomorrow, then I might have to cut it short. It's like, again, like, because you know our commitment is to Cheesadelphia, especially because there's nowhere near as much English coverage for it as there is for this event. So if the Korean qualifier goes a little bit too long, then I will most likely switch over to Cheesadelphia, and I might miss out on like a qualifying match or two. So we'll see what happens. It's a very tight schedule tomorrow, so We'll do what we can. We'll do our best. We'll do our best, as always. We'll do our best. It was 5 p.m. in Europe. Yeah, exactly. How many spots left? Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Good question. How many spots left? 3 spots in the Korean qualifier, as you can see here. 3 spots from the Korean qualifier and 2 spots from the global qualifier. Any notable names that we're missing here? I mean, we have like the best Protoss players. When it comes to the Korean qualifier, I would like to see if Dark is gonna play. I'd love to see Dark making it through. I'd love to see Solar making it through. When it comes to Terran representation, Beyond would be a nice addition here. I mean, Cure, a lot of people sleep on Cure, but Cure is an amazing player as well. I'd love to see Showtime making it through the global qualifier. I feel like we missed out on Showtime, right? Because Showtime didn't make it into the playoffs of Home Story Cup. If you remember, like, there was an upset. Showtime lost to Spirit, and Showtime didn't make it to the playoffs, so it would be nice to see some Showtime. Maybe a wild card. We'll see. But 5 slots. 3 from Korea, 2 from the global. So 5 slots remain. So yeah, that's just going over my current thoughts, at least when it comes to the weekend, and my current thoughts on how I should approach things. Spirit's so good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. True. It's pretty good. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys tomorrow again. Just as a PSA, as a public service announcement, I will most likely not be casting KSL here. If you want to tune into KSL Live, the Korean StarCraft League will most likely be casted by Steadfast, by Chicken Man, by Dave Testa. They usually have you covered with those replay casts. Sorry, with the live coverage. And I'll do a replay cast most likely on Monday. On Monday, I'll do a replay cast, and we'll catch up on the KSL then instead. And I'm gonna try to force myself to sleep all day and be ready for Cheeseadelphia. That's the plan. That is the plan. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live? At the moment? Who can we send everyone over to? Who is streaming StarCraft? That's what I want to know. Who is streaming StarCraft? Hatsu is live. True. Hatsu is streaming. Who else? SE2 full. Not too many people. At least that I'm familiar with are live at the moment. But it's been a while since we've sent people over to Hatsu. Unless I find someone else. Strange is. I think Strange is playing the campaign. Yeah, he's playing campaign. God damn it. But otherwise, thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. If you wish to support us, you can of course subscribe on Twitch. You can become a member on YouTube. You can become a part of our Patreon. You can see our Patreon current goal underneath Lambo's name. That is how much we make per month, and all that money goes towards our tournaments. Goes towards Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Masters One Open as well. So if you want to help us fund our tournaments, you can do so via Patreon. You can also donate if you wish. Otherwise, you can follow us on all the social medias. I will just post it quickly in the chat. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things CranKy Ducklings. You can follow us there if you wish. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft action. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.